Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. And happy Boxing Day or St. Stephen's Day, whichever you refer to it by. And I guess, my friends, if you're down under, well, I guess it's all done and dusted for you, and you may even be back at work in a few hours. But for me here, this is what Boxing Day is all about. Pajamas all day. It's a long-standing tradition for many, many years, and even more so since I've been helping my nephew at the bakery for the last 14 years or so. So today, it is pajamas all day. It is, as Adam would say, sloughing at its best. I may do a load of laundry to remove a little bit of the guilt, although I have no guilt. So we'll see. I might not. So I told you yesterday that I was going to come back and sort of go through where I was at, give you a little bit of a flip through as to where I am at in my lovely album. And look at this, friends. Look at that. That's already getting fairly, well, not fairly, quite chunky. I mean, I love it, but I still have an awful lot to do. Look at all of these photos. Now, I'm pretty up to date in printing my photos. I just did a little bit of printing this morning. Then I sort of needed a rest to sort of get myself up to date. But you can see here, there are a lot of stories yet to be told. Now, some of these I might want to do in 12 by 12, but I think I'm going to want them in this book as well. And I was watching Chris this morning, and she was saying that she was doing her book, and she was saying, well, but you know, in any case, I'm going to do all of these photos in 12 by 12 as well. And I might not do all of them, but there are certainly some that I'm going to want to do in 12 by 12, and therefore I might print a little bit bigger, or anyway, we'll see, but I still want them in here. So right now, this does not bode well for one album, does it? Anyway, let's see what I want to include. So, you've seen, of course, my lovely title page, and that's part of it too. I do have some fairly dimensional pages and inserts, which I want to do as well, and some interactive ones. So, and I still have lots of goodies from Chris and Christie's, the Advent calendar exchange that we did, and my own that I want to get in here. So we'll see. If it's 2 albums, I guess maybe it'll be 2 albums. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we go. So you see this, here's another lovely dimensional one, but I really wanted to do this one. This was a scrap lift of Christie, sort of a little bit of an introductory page, reason why, where I have here a series of photos of the types of things I want to include in my album, with a little bit of journaling here. Now, I put this in the page protector. Then I have this double page that I did for Stretch the Sketch, with a lovely perspective, and a dotty about Flair Flair. So all of these things add dimension, but these are the types of things that I love to use in my scrapbooking, so I'm not going to purposely not use them to reduce bulk, I don't think. What do you think? What do you do? Do you purposely try and really keep your pages in your album flatter than you would normally do in your scrapbooking? What's your call on that? So, Christmas tree. Then we are still in November, which was our lovely little Christmas dinner. We were able before, of course now, already we would not be able to do this. We were back to restaurants being pretty much full capacity, although we had to mask unless we were sitting at the table. But we are now back to a maximum of 6 people per table and 2 addresses. So we were very lucky to get this in. And this I did with you here, so you've seen this. And now we are really at the end of November. Now I have a couple of pages of things here that really need to get inserted early on, sort of around this time. Now I have my reading, some of the cozy mysteries that I bought, my Christmas cozy mysteries. Now, in reality, you see, this is an easier one because this could go anywhere in the album. This does not, although I bought them, and I actually started reading my Christmas cozies in November, I could put this anywhere in the album. So this one might go a little bit further. Let's see, are we still in frame? Yes, we are doing well. So I think this might go a little bit further, and I might combine it. You see, I think I might combine it with this into one page. So that might reduce a little bit of the bulk because I have these two photos, which were very early on as well, of me getting all of my Christmas supplies and December documented album supplies ready, my crafting space cleaned up and tidied up and ready for this before the Christmas crazies at work started. Now, I know that's when I did this, so I don't know that I necessarily need to put it in its place in the album, although I may. You see, I could do this as 2 3x4s and a 4x6 pocket. So these might go somewhere here, or they might go a little bit later in the album. I then have these as well, which now this one here, this I think I am just going to maybe put in my 12 by 12. I mean, it's the store part of the decorations, getting it all ready in some of our lovely, lovely baskets and panettones and supplies and products for Christmas. And the store is always so beautiful at this time of the year. Now, we actually do this in time for American Thanksgiving. Although we were here, it's sort of, we like to have everything set and ready by the end of November. But I think this might, or I might reprint it as a collage with this, which was our catalog of the specialty cakes for logs and cakes for Christmas. So I might reprint these in a smaller size so I could get all of this onto one insert, and then maybe do these two as a 12 by 12. Oh, there we go. Then, of course, I did this one with you as well. This was Spiegel Mom Scraps, and this was just cozy with the journaling here on the back of coming back from a full day of working at Mom's old place. Now, then the next fun little story that I have, which would come here, is all about my Dottie About Flair advent calendar getting here, which was a bit of a hilarious story. You can see here how it got delivered 3 times, which was just so funny. On the 30th of November, the 1st, the 2nd, this one was almost like delivered back to Adam. Anyway, it was just crazy. And then it got to an airport which was like 20 kilometers away from me. And then it got rescheduled because of a problem with the flight or something. And then I went, oh my God, that's just a silly one, because that airport is like just 20 kilometers away from me. Anyway, it was just crazy and fun and a silly thing. But I want to get it into this book. This would not merit necessarily a 12 by 12. And then, of course, oh, that's true, I have this one, which was part of the Christmas dinner one, which I showed you, and which would come here. Now, I might just get, what do you think? I might get another insert, or I might do one of the bags and get that here. I think that might be fun. So that really I'm not adding a bunch of bulk, but I'm still getting that in there because I have not done that one yet. Then, of course, we have this one here, which was one of my Spiegel Mom scraps. Oh, I need to go in and fix that. I think I've already mentioned that to you. This is the 30th of November. So you see, we're not even into December yet. And this was just, this I did with you on a video. And this was just about a very long day working at Mom's old apartment before I got that finished. Then, of course, we have the weather one for our container at the bakery, and I did this one with you as well. And then this one I just did very recently. This one I just showed you yesterday, which is sort of my double page, a little bit about finishing up at Mom's and doing a little bit of cooking to get ready for the little bit of a work marathon. And I do love this flip thing, so I think I'm definitely going to do a few more of those. Then, of course, this one is for my guest design spot over at Dottie About Flair. So this one has a number on it, as did this one, because they are specific days. That done. This was just all about that. The Advent Fund. This is a fun one that I did with you as well. And this idea I got from both. I got some ideas on this one from both Christy and Chris. So I love this one. And I did glue it, as I told you I would, on the outside of the page protector. And then popped this one. This I also did for Stretch the Sketch. And I popped that one in the page protector. Then we have this, which is just a fun insert that I did also for a Spiegel Mom Scraps on the 17th of December. That video went up where I did a little bit of a maze, just a fun little decorated piece to rest your eyes from stories and photos, together with this fun one on the back, which is day 10. It was Helen's guest design spot on Dottie About Flair. So I have these photos, which is the one that I did, sort of scrap lifting her, as may I scrap lift you, and then recording her guest design spot. And I will have a few more. So that needs to come in here to go along with the Christmas jumper day, which she definitely recorded jumpers on her layout. So that would come in here. Then, now you see here, I'm already up to the 17th again. So I have quite a few things that I would insert prior to this one. This one that you also saw just yesterday, which basically is day 16 of the Happy Holidays with Dottie About Flair. So that is fun. Then I have some Christmas lights here and a little bit of snow that I took on a Saturday roundabout. Now the 17th was, I believe it was a Friday. So this would have been sort of the 18th or maybe even that same day. But this is something else that could go sort of anywhere in the book. But I really want to talk about the lights, the snow, the evenings when I look out my window. That's sort of the story, the window of my scrap space. Well, for other people, it might be a living room, but it's my scrap space because I can. So there is that one. Then you see here, now this was announced, I think this is the 20th. So this would go after. Let me come back to this in a minute. Let me put more of a fun one here. So let me come back to that in a minute. Now, I also have some lovely photos of awesome gifts that I got from my dear friends Colleen and Helen. And so I have these, which could go somewhere, I think, between day 10 and 17, because they arrived sort of in that time frame. So I can get that in here. And I think I might do a 12 by 12 with this as well. Then we have, now this was all, I think, on the 20th. Yes, on the 20th, our government announced a whole slew of new restrictions, and I guess we're almost, in a way, we're almost back on the lockdown. Anyway, all sorts of things. All of the gyms and bars and pubs and casinos and spas and all of those kinds of things all closed again. Work from home for all of the civil servants, and companies were told to make employees work from home wherever possible, and to make it as much as possible. Schools will be online for the first week. They stopped school a little bit earlier, on and on and on and on. So we are back down to pretty much another lockdown. And then they just kept drumming in how vulnerable and frail us 60 plus people are. Oh my God, that just so annoyed me. Anyway, so this, and then so I have a few silly ones to go along with that. Something, of course, that Helen sent me. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas 2020. Something I saw on the internet with what's just to come in sort of the next week, when you realize 2022 is pronounced 2020, 2022 TOO, which is actually, it's kind of sad, but it's kind of funny. And then this one, which is very tongue-in-cheek as well, because I guess it would appear that we had enough people to either accelerate all the third dose and booster vaccinations, or to test but not both. So our poor government kept going back and forth about getting tested, not getting tested, and so this is a bit of a silly one, which is, get yourself tested before seeing anybody, but don't get yourself tested if you don't have any symptoms. If you already have a rapid test positive, make yourself, get tested. Unless you don't have any symptoms, just stay home. And it just went sort of back and forth. So this was a friend of mine that posted this in one of his stories. So it's kind of sad and funny, I guess, at the same time. So this definitely needs to go here. This all happened on or about the December. Then we have our every year awesome team and fun photo. The end of the day, we did it, we made it. This is all of us. We always get the last customer to take our photo. We didn't think we would all be masked up again this year, but there we were. So that, and then this is a couple of photos we just took of the team in the morning before we actually opened the store, because we have the best team we have ever had, which, thank goodness, it made Joey and my life a lot easier this year. I mean, we had enough worry with everything else going on, not having to worry about the day going well. It was awesome. So that is the 24th for sure. 25th, my dinner. On the 24th, I had sushi, because, of course, we canceled our 24th traditional dinner. On the 25th, I did get to go see Mum, and I had a lovely salmon dinner. I don't know if I took a photo of my sushi. I don't have that here. I'll have to go back and look. The morning of the 25th, I took a picture of my new socks that I got from Helen. Then a photo at Mum's. This is me, and I sent it to some family and friends, because the rule was fully masked. Of course, I could go see Mum, and actually Deb was allowed to come with me for about an hour, as she was in town doing some drive-by Christmas present drop-offs at her sister's and her brother's, but she was allowed to come in for about an hour. As of today, only one person can visit Mum. That would be me. But we had to be masked at all times, the full distance, and windows open. So that's the photo here. And this is Mum being just a little bit grinchy, until I reminded her that actually most people were not seeing anybody on Christmas. And then she started feeling a little bit better, poor Mum. My new socks and my martini, my Christmas Day martini when I got home from Mums, and then my pajamas all day. So you can see that I still have quite a bit to do, my friends. So what do you think? Is it going to be one album, or am I going to have to suck it up and go to two? What do you think? And how are your albums going? One or two for you? And how did your Christmas go if you celebrate it? And I will see you back here very, very soon, likely tomorrow, my friends. Bye for now. Thanks for being here.